into some string. From the string it became wool, and then from the wool it became a bed, so I could sleep through the night, you know? Day 3, I made a boat. I started to sail, see if I could find anywhere to live. At first I didn't really find anything besides these sharks, you know? You see something like that, it makes a man a little bit nervous. I kept sailing, and eventually I found what could have been a nice spot, but before going further, I made it an iron saber and a shield, because you don't know what's out here, you know? I killed some crabs, and I built an impromptu shelter by like digging a hole underneath the sand, a tree, like dug out the roots or something like that, and crawled into there. Wasn't a great shelter, but you know, it would work for now. Okay, the next day, I need more wood, so I went out looking for...
Stop voice control. Stop voice control. Dang it. Turn off voice control. Tap confirm. Okay, there you go. Now there won't be a little thing in the middle of the screen.
For some, and oof. So I saw it. I saw another poacher.
Another one of these guys, man.
These guys, not good. Not good seeing these guys walk around with their guns. I guess they're just there killing a lot of stuff, you know? Killing all the beautiful wildlife. I mean, let's just look at these little birds right here. So I avoided that guy because I wasn't going to get smoked by one of these guys. And I just spent the rest of the day getting wood. I got a bunch of it, went back to where I was living underneath that tree, and put up a bunch of torches. I didn't want any bad boys walking around this tree at night. Keep me safe underneath the roots. Yeah, but then another storm rolled in. Another one, okay? So I thought, you know what, maybe if I go to bed, the storm will just pass and I'll be fine. I'll wake up, it'll be a nice clear day. No, that is not what happened at all. That was, no. I woke up to the sound of a tornado touching down, and when I looked outside of the shelter, yeah, that tornado was coming right for me.
We're gonna save everybody together. I look like a dancing girl emoji.
My goal.
You guys, tonight is gonna be the best bachelorette party ever because it was organized by my oldest friend, Sam.
Come up, I just have to go.
What, Sam?
Okay, boys and girls, operation's happening tonight.
I'm going to get the package.
Who runs out on their best friend's bachelorette?
Okay,
What is her job that is so important?
That was so my bad. It was just crazy work emergency.
We changed all of our plans for you, and then you just disappeared. Virginia, would you be my new maid of honor?
Oh.
Sam, you actually made it.
Virginia's really throwing herself into the preparations.
I tried to get...
Oh my god. No, it's grabbing my house.
Look at this fly. This man got sucked away. So I just ran. I ran across the beach, got away from my shelter, and I just waited for the tornado to pass. And after it finally did, I went back and whoa. Everything was gone. My shelter was sucked away. My stuff was sucked up. The fly was gone. Everything was gone. No idea where it went. Just sucked 1,000 feet into the sky and launched. So I said, you know what? I'm not staying here. Not a chance in hell. So I got what little I had, walked across the beach, and just left this area to find somewhere else. I ended up settling on this mountain face right here because I thought, you know what, there's not a chance in hell a tornado is going to be able to suck up a mountain, right? So I dug my way in and set up a furnace and started cooking some crab legs. This is where I was going to build. Okay, the next morning I went out and gathered some flint for arrows. I needed a way to protect myself. I made an iron pickaxe and started to briefly mine into the mountain. Okay, day 7. I didn't do much. I explored a little bit and I gathered some wood. I also did a little bit more mining, and look at this. I found this guy in the cave.
What is that? Werewolf.
Yeah, I don't remember adding a werewolf mod in. But I guess there's werewolves on this island now, and that's, yeah, I love that. So I mined all night long, and I got a ton of iron. I was feeling real good about this. I had a ton of it, okay? A lot. So I was feeling good, feeling like things were finally coming together, and I walk outside of my shelter, and guess what happens?
Again. my god!
I finally understood what the poachers were. They weren't here hunting animals. They were hunting the ultimate game. Man. Specifically me. These guys were hunting me, and this man right here who's sitting up on top of my house, he laid me right out.
That's what I.
Now, you might have noticed that the game was on hardcore.
No? You see
Okay?
that?
I had every intention on doing this challenge in hardcore, but you know what? I didn't want to start over, and frankly, you know what? I don't care, alright? These guys weren't even supposed to be on the goddamn island, and somehow there were hundreds of them. Everywhere I looked, these guys were walking around. So you know what? Here's what I did. I restored a backup, switched the game mode to survival, destroyed all the stuff that I had on me, and I put my character here, look, locked in a cage. Let's just say the poacher shot me with a tranquilizer dart or something like that, okay? I don't want to see a single goddamn person in the comments saying that this isn't right, okay? Not a single one. In fact, you know what? I want you to write a comment that says, wow, good thing the poacher didn't kill you. You got out of that one barely, okay? Write something like that instead. Okay, I will not die a second time. I promise you I will not die a second time. Impossible. Okay, with that out of the way, so I woke up in this cage, right? Yeah, that's what happened. And through the bars, I could see that there was some animals and cages outside or something, and there's a guard walking around. There was a bed, and I slept in it because I didn't want to run out of this house in the dark and get smoked by a skeleton or anything like that. Okay, so the next day, whoever the idiot is that built this cage, they're stupid, because look at this, the floor's made out of sand. So you know what, I just dug out of there. And I walked over to the front door and looked out the window, and the poacher was gone. That was not intentional. That man was supposed to still be there. This was supposed to be a part where I was gonna, like, fight him. But I guess he despawned, so didn't want to fix it. That's just how it is. So I walked out of the house and went out to the main cages and took a look around, and wow, look at all these animals. Trapped in cages. Not good. Couldn't leave these guys like this. So you know what I did? I went around and I released all of them, including the shark. Which, you know what? In retrospect, probably wasn't the best idea. I probably killed that shark. Anyways, the poachers had also captured some villagers and put them in this underground cage thing, which sucks for them, but you know what? I'll rescue them later. Okay, so after that, I dug out of the camp and just ran into the jungle as fast as I could to get out of there. Ran straight into a swamp that was full of piranhas.
Oh, they go for me. Oh my god.
Here's what I don't understand. Okay, you know piranhas? These things don't attack people. Most piranhas aren't actually carnivorous. Only a few, only a couple of them are. Only a couple of them are interested in meat. And of those, none of them attack humans. Okay, river monsters prove that, okay? So I don't know why these guys were trying to attack me. So it took me all day, but eventually I found my house, and that poacher, I guess, went inside and looted my chest, so all of my stuff was gone. But you know what he didn't take? He did not take my furnace, which was full of all that iron I found, so that was good. I was very, very happy to have that, and I made armor and went to bed. The next day, I went out and I had to resupply yet again, so I got crab legs, wood, and other stuff. Nothing interesting happened at all this day. Day 11. And it was similar, except this time I just did it underground. I mined and I got more iron. The next day I spent a ton of time getting flint again for arrows, and I crafted an iron halberd. These things, wow, these things are deadly. Water was becoming an issue. I couldn't venture far from the house without having to turn back shortly after to get some. I guess that's what happens when you drink salt water all day. And I know what you're thinking, you could just, get the bucket, purify the water. And you know what? I did that. It's not worth the effort at all. It takes way too long to do it, and you only get like a tiny little bit extra water. It's not worth it. And yes, I tried to make an infinite water source of purified water, so it doesn't work. I don't want to see any comments about that either. Instead, what you can do is you can get water filters and make a canteen. So that was something I put on the to-do list, but more importantly, I needed a bunch of cobblestone for my shelter, so I went back to mining. The next day, I made more iron pickaxes so I could mine for longer, and I spent the entire day mining. But I found, look at this, 3 diamonds.
There we go. God damn, finally, diamonds, baby.
I had no idea what I was going to do with them, but yeah, I went back up, and it was night, and I had a ton of cobblestone. Okay, I was very hungry on day 15. I woke up the hungriest man in the world. This was a problem for a couple reasons, okay? Because this was such a beautiful island. I didn't want to be a man here killing a bunch of animals, you know? Just wanted to let them be. I was fine with killing crabs because they're crabs. Who cares? They'll walk around with little legs and a shell. Doesn't matter. But at some point, you know what? you gotta say, all right, I'm gonna kill one extra animal because the crab meat just wasn't cutting it for me anymore. So I went out and I found a pygmy hippo, otherwise known as the hexapodon. Why did I write this in the script? I got some facts here about it. It's an endangered species native to the forest and swamps of West Africa. The bulk of their diet consists of ferns, I'm not reading this. Why is that? Anyways, I killed the hippo. Took him down. Took the man right down. Got his meat. Good meat. Good to do this. And right after that, look at this. I found a sloth. I loved this man.
How's it going, my man? I will not eat you. Not a chance I'll eat you. I'm just hanging out. How's it going?
Yeah, I wanted this guy. I wanted him badly. So I went home, figured out how to make a lead, made one, came back, attached it to him, and then brought him home. This man was moving fast. Look at this. Look at those little sloth arms go.
Come on in. Hell yeah.
So I got the guy home, and it was time to name him. I forget what I named him. Let's see.
So we're gonna name you, Labo? Nabo. Labo Nabo.
Ah, cool. Named after Nintendo cardboard.
There you are.
Okay, so the next morning, I wanted more animals, so I busted out my parrot egg. Didn't even remember getting this or where I got, it doesn't matter. I had a parrot egg now, so I was gonna use it. I placed it down, and like a couple seconds later, I hatched a parrot. And hell yeah, look at him.
Other videos,
Then it dawned on me.
I don't know
You can't keep a parrot in a cave.
No, I gotta relax. Creatures live in this small little cave. I need to.